My name is Dealer Shook, and I am the information collector. This week I'm coming to you from Helen, Georgia, the capital of the Bavaria of the East. Seriously, if you haven't been here, you should. Over the course of the next few minutes, I'll be showing you Oktoberfest in Helen. Don't get your hopes up. I'm avoiding crowds right now. This is the Helen Chamber of Commerce, where they have a very nice public parking for $5, which is a valuable commodity. So let's go enjoy Oktoberfest. About 50 years ago, the town fathers of Helen, Georgia realized that the traditional industries would no longer sustain the city's economic growth. So they passed zoning ordinances to turn the town into a small version of Bavaria. It worked. This is the Helen Fest Hall. And here's the first item in this week's news. The Organization of American States will be sending an observer mission to Bolivia to observe the October 18th elections. They will be in 4 cities, plus Argentina, Spain, and the United States. Since 1966, the OAS has monitored 19 elections in Bolivia. The mission will be headed by the former Costa Rican Foreign Minister, Manuel Gonzalez, who will be monitoring it by Zoom. On the ground will be the OAS Secretary for Strengthening Democracy, Francisco Guerrero. There are many, many attractions in Helen, Georgia, including a payphone. Children, this is what we used to make phone calls on before cell phones. And yes, there was a time before cell phones. The State Department has sanctioned several individuals in Nicaragua. Ana Julia Guaido Ochoa was sanctioned for creating a special unit to prosecute protesters. Caja Rural Nacional Bank was sanctioned for funneling proceeds of oil projects with Venezuela to support patrons of the Noriega government. The American Chemistry Council Center for Biocide Chemistries released a list of COVID-19 fighting products. This is a 16-page list divided into 3 groups. Group 1 will disinfect against COVID-19 and is covered on page 1. Group 2 is from page 2 to page 8. It lists products that will kill harder to kill viral pathogens. These products qualify for the EPA's Emerging Viral Pathogen Guidance. And finally, page 9 through page 16 is filled with products that will kill related human coronaviruses, Ebola, norovirus, and tuberculosis. The products are listed by the commercially available product name, the company or distributor, and whether it is in a white, ready-to-use form or is dilutable. I'm gonna go find some vitamin C. And I need a white. Anybody got a white? And I am here at Helen's Checkpoint Charlie. Actually, it's the booth in front of the Tannenweg paid parking lot, which still has quite a bit of parking. And that's Tannenweg as in W-E-G. The W is pronounced as a V. U-Haul announced it will buy 1 million gallons of renewable propane, mostly to be offered in Southern California. The largest retailer of propane in the U.S. has partnered with Suburban Propane to provide a carbon-neutral fuel source. This is renewable propane made from waste fats, vegetable oil, and cooking grease. It will help meet California's greenhouse gas standards. GameStop and Microsoft have announced a new partnership. GameStop will be using Microsoft IT cloud solutions and Microsoft software such as Dynamics 365, Microsoft 365, Microsoft Teams software. They will be using Microsoft hardware solutions including Surface tablets. They will offer Xbox All Access, which will provide a Xbox console and Xbox Game Pass Ultimate with no upfront cost. I'm not sure what that means, but I'm pretty sure that the house always wins. Contact your local GameStop to see what the actual cost will be. And this is what the laundromat looks like in Helen, Georgia. Like I said, it's the Bavaria of the East. Cigarette filter prices are going up. October 6th, Celanese announced it would raise the price of acetate tow. This is made from wood pulp and is used with cigarette filters. On October 9th, Celanese announced it was selling its 45% stake in Polyplastics to Dicel. The $1.5 billion divestment will be a move from a, quote, historically passive investment, end quote, and a, quote, intentional departure from a legacy relationship, end quote. Which, by the way, that is a great way to do a breakup. You aren't breaking up, you are doing a intentional departure from a legacy relationship. On October 2nd, the U.S. Army announced it was shutting down the Asymmetric Warfare Group and the Rapid Equipping Force. This continues the shift from counterinsurgency doctrine to traditional warfare. This unit was created 14 years ago to deal with Iraq and Afghanistan and will be fully deactivated within the year. The Italian Embassy, in a press release on October 7th, announced that the Italian Institute of Culture in Tel Aviv would be hosting the Terra Sancta Organ Festival. This is an event that occurs at churches and shrines in Israel, Lebanon, Cyprus, and other nations across the Middle East. These organs are rarely played outside of worship services. This will feature pieces composed by Italian composers and be played on Israel's oldest organ, which was assembled in 1847. EPA Administrator Andrew Wheeler visited Ernst Conservation Seeds in Union Township, Pennsylvania, which is home to 10,000 acres of native seeds and grasses. My name is D. Lanier Shook. I am the information collector. And that is our broadcast from Helen, Georgia. God willing, I will come to you next week with more private intelligence that you need to know.